Welcome to the Encore Audio Archives YouTube channel. I'm Taper Dave, and this is my channel. I've uploaded hundreds of talks here that I've recorded at meetings in West LA, and I've also recorded conventions starting in 2013. I've got a bunch of those up. And Walt and Mary Murray, the original owners of Encore Audio Archives, started the company in the 80s, and Walt recorded Joe and Charlie's and a bunch of stuff down in Vista, California. My sobriety date is June 20th of 1994. I hope you find something you like, so please like and subscribe to my channel and comment down below. If you want to hear something that I don't have or that you don't see, I'll see that I get it. Anyways, take care and have a great day if you want to.
Okay, all right, says I share now. All right. My name is Lisa, I'm an alcoholic. I want to thank Kenny for asking me to lead the meeting tonight. Wow, how many people here have alcoholism? It sucks, doesn't it? It so sucks. I had just an intense outbreak of alcoholism last night. Just before I get into that, into my self-obsession, I want to let you know that Alcoholics Anonymous has transformed me. I've been in and out of Alcoholics Anonymous most of my life. I am 53 years old. I have 12 years of sobriety. I started coming to meetings when I was 19. I met Kenny when I was 27. That's a long time ago. And Alcoholics Anonymous is the only solution that I have found. And believe me, I looked for other solutions to my problem. I wanted to have another problem. Didn't want to be an alcoholic. And the problem was that I have alcoholism. And so the good news today is I know I have alcoholism. I know what the problem is, and therefore I know what the solution is. Alcoholics Anonymous works. It has transformed me over and over and over again. And everything good I know I learned as a result of being sober. And Alcoholics Anonymous never threw me away. I came in and out and in and out and in and out. And you were patient with me, so patient with me. And in the midst of that, I hated you for it, I hated Alcoholics Anonymous, and I hated the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous, and you were patient. And you gave me everything. You gave me everything I needed to survive. And it was like, it wasn't until this sobriety, which, started a little more than 12 and a half years ago, well, actually about 12 and a half years ago, I realized that you guys have done everything for me. You have supported me. You have fed me. You have sheltered me. You have taught me everything I need to know to live in a world that baffled me, that just totally baffled me. And the 12th step says, having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps. We tried to carry this message being that, I have a spiritual awakening, and it is the solution to my problem. And coming to meetings of Alcoholics Anonymous and working steps gives me a way of life that actually works. Because I couldn't figure it out. I went to therapy to try to figure it out. I went to gurus to try to figure it out. I need a way to live. And I found it in Alcoholics Anonymous. And it actually works. And, I was a heroin addict, a crackhead, and I'm an alcoholic. I have alcoholism. And, got my mind, and I'm getting old, so my mind just goes blank all of a sudden. Bam, gone. And so this is the thing. I love that. I love that stuff. I love some vodka. Love vodka. Loved heroin. Didn't love crack. I just couldn't stop. Didn't so much love the Coke, but couldn't stop. Couldn't stop. And anyway, it was my goal because they did so much for me. I felt powerful. I felt invincible. I felt, and mainly, I felt like I did not care. I didn't care. I walked around caring so much I couldn't bear the feelings I was having. I always felt like my feelings were too big for me to contain. And it was so horribly uncomfortable. And Cubby, who was my sponsor for many years, I remember the first time I heard him speaking, it was in the Rodeo meeting when I was 20, I think I was 26. And he said he was a scream looking for a mouth. And I thought, oh my God, another human being that feels the way I feel. Like in Alcoholics Anonymous, it's like where I found the truth, that I am not alone. I am not terminally unique. I'm an alcoholic. I have alcoholism. And I was so committed to being unique and so complex, you know, and tormented and different, and sure this works for you guys. And what I found is that, well, alcoholism has so many symptoms, and I didn't know that I had alcoholism. I thought it was just crazy, you know, and as it turns out, alcoholism is a terminal disease of the mind. The mind is where it's centered. And the good news is this, that the miraculous news, the reason I told you all of that is because I loved to drink. I loved heroin, and I loved, you know, I smoked a lot of crack. And that was my goal. And honestly, I couldn't even bear to think of a day without them. I could not bear it. Honestly, it was my solution. It was my reason for living. In the last 12 years, I have not wanted to drink. Which is crazy. It's insane. It was taken away from me. It was the thing that drove me all my life. It was taken away. And beyond that, I also was, you know, transformed, and it started with that negativity and pessimism that alcoholics have. It's just that, you know, always seeing the cup as half empty, and that, poor me, and you know, and that started to go away. And what a relief, you know? What a relief that was. Alcoholics Anonymous has transformed me. And last night, and I want to get to this because it's like, I didn't know, I had 10 years at one time and I drank again. And it was because I thought I wasn't an alcoholic. Because I was dry, and I was experiencing untreated alcoholism, and I didn't know that you could experience alcoholism and be sober. I didn't know that it affected you, you know? So I found out I'm an alcoholic because I drank and I couldn't stop, you know? And so that was a drag, and that took me to a place, and thank God I'm back, you know? And also, I think that's where I learned I was an alcoholic, that last time out. I didn't know. I used to say it, and I knew I had a problem with drugs and alcohol, but I didn't know I was an alcoholic until that last time out. Because I knew a lot about alcoholism, and then I went out and drank. And then I saw, I have the phenomenon of craving. I'm experiencing it, the phenomenon of craving. It's not your blackouts, it's not anything else, it is the phenomenon of craving. What happens when I put alcohol in my body or a drug in my body, I experience the phenomenon of craving. And even if I don't want it, even if I don't want to go where it's going to take me, I know where it's going to take me, and I don't want that, I can't stop myself. That's being an alcoholic. And again, the blank. Alcoholics Anonymous has worked, as well I can say. So anyway, now that I had that experience and I'm sober again, I know, okay, you can experience alcoholism in sobriety. It's, you know, and the symptoms are like that negativity and pessimism and that grandiosity and that feeling like that commitment coming back, that I am unique and I can't tell the truth to you. My alcoholism tries to separate me from you and me from my God. and it's bigger than me. I can't figure it out on my own. You know, that, and I feel so just mentally insane, like screwed up. And I feel like I'm on the verge of killing somebody. And then I come to a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I see the value of coming to meetings of Alcoholics Anonymous, because I'll share that and you guys laugh or something, you know? And then I hear you share and I laugh. And I feel that, you know, it's like it exposes the lie of alcoholism, that I am alone in this fucked up world that I don't understand. And what I've come to see is it's not a fucked up world, really. It's a beautiful world. It is beautiful. And I am so fortunate that I get to enjoy it. Now, for several years of my sobriety, I live in Santa Monica in this amazing apartment in this amazing part of Santa Monica. I don't even know how I got there because I can't afford to be there. But I'm there, and it's just like the universe is taking care of me. And for the first couple of years, I couldn't even enjoy it because I was so wrapped up in me and what I'm not getting. And what I realized is that, oh my God, even in spite of my inability to see, this loving God keeps giving to me. The program of Alcoholics Anonymous keeps transforming me. Y'all are so patient with me. Maybe not with yourselves, but with me. With each other, we are incredibly patient and loving. And last night, my electricity was turned off because I didn't pay the bill. And I just flipped. I had one of the hardest years of my life. And it started off with this breakup of this man that I was in love with. Just, tumultuous relationship, but I had never loved anybody so much. Broke up with me. The next day I got laid off. The next day I discovered that my mother has real mental issues, not just like, oh, that crazy mom. She's really like crazy. And then my brother died. And then a month later another brother died. And then 2 months later a friend of mine died. And then I started a new job. And then my mother's health was declining. So it was just like been a nonstop year of just showing up, and I was okay. And last night when my electricity was off, it was just like, and I've been too busy. I haven't been to enough meetings this week. And I've been, with my sponsees, but I saw that, alcoholism just came and got me. It's bigger than me. And wow, I forgot about the velocity, where I can't have a sane thought even. I couldn't even have a sane thought. And I was on Facebook, and Kenny said, what's wrong? And I just said, my electricity went out. And he's like, it'll be okay. That's all. It'll be okay. And it is okay. And it was okay. I didn't have electricity for one night. It's on. I paid for it. They turned it back on. But I snapped. And I haven't felt that way. Just so helpless for the longest time. And right there, Alcoholics Anonymous was with me again. Somebody called me. They saw that I'd snapped. Anyway, point is, Alcoholics Anonymous works, and I am so grateful, and I love Alcoholics Anonymous. Thank you, Kenny, for letting me share.
Sorry to interrupt your viewing. Taper Dave here. Just wanted to take a second to ask you to like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you like what you're listening. I've got some very good talks here, and this one's a great one. Just curious, do you think this is better than Zoom? Tell me what you think. Okay, this is how I prepare my drone for launching. I like to do it inside the cab of my truck so I'm not standing outside in the weather. To install the joysticks for control, up and down, right and left, powered on. I have an Android phone that I use to connect it to the drone with. And it's actually controlled through the iPhone, through an app. Oops, wrong way. It's actually controlled through the iPhone, or through this Android phone, through the app. It's actually controlled through the Android phone through an app, and you connect it through this short connection right here.
Remote control connected.
Remote control's connected. So I pull out the drone. I have to extend the legs. Long legs extended first, then the short legs. Remove the gimbal protector. Set that aside, then power it on one short burst, then one long burst. I lay it down. So I have to go to calibrate. So the drone's not connected yet. It shows you here as this drone gets disconnected, even though the remote's powered on. So the drone has to establish it's connected. So I go into the app to calibration mode. First I'll calibrate the remote controller. Start calibration. Out, in, out, in, up, down. And then this little wheel is to control the gimbal. So it's calibrated. Go to gimbal calibration, start calibration, and then it calibrates the gimbal. I don't know if that shows up. The gimbal's moving all over the place. Changes, you can see it on the video. And I'm calibrated to take off. It's acquired 7 satellites at the moment. There are 26 satellites up in the sky, which it has to acquire before you can take off. So it's connected. It's got enough satellites. This is white. I can go to press this little arrow button, swipe right to take off, and it would start the motors if I slid this to the right. But I'll wait till I get outside. Don't want to do it inside.